Threshold Thursday, October the 10th. This is head coach Tim here talking to you about today's WOD. We have only a couplet today. One of the simplest threshold workouts we've ever done. And yet, I got a feeling this is gonna be one of the hardest. So simple is not the same thing as easy. Simple just means anyone can do it. And the difficulty level on this one is, I'll put it at a solid 6 out of 10 because this is ostensibly, this is a 4-time workout. But what is going to cause the intensity today is the fact that, that's simplicity. First off, these are movements that you can, should, and kind of have to sprint in order to get good times. And then the other thing is, what we're going to take as your score today are two times, your fastest round and your slowest round. And we're very specifically going to be looking for a not wide gap, a short gap between those two numbers. Some people shouldn't aim for this. Please do not aim for this. But some people might have times between their fastest and their slowest that either are the same or are only off by like a second, and that's what we want. Consistency, but also consistent sprinting. So, the funny thing is, as I was doing this workout myself and coughing up a lung a little bit, a little Fran cough afterwards, what I thought to myself was maybe there are times where we're kind of letting you off the hook with a max effort movement. Because some people probably look at that as like, look, as long as I get to it, as long as I get to that bonus movement, and then I'll kind of go at whatever pace. And a lot of times we won't take your fastest or slowest round. So today we eliminate that max effort movement and basically just say these are each round for time, 5 rounds, go as fast as you possibly can, but not to the detriment of rounds 3, 4, and 5. Hopefully that makes sense to you. What are the movements? I haven't even mentioned them yet. We're gonna do 2 easy movements. 1, assault bike calories. So that's 18 for the men, 14 for the ladies. Good day to do a split between the two. Ladies, as always, you wanna do 18, go for it. You know what, gentlemen? You wanna do 14, go for it. These are recommendations as splits, but the next movement is for everyone, 25 Russian kettlebell swings, where especially given the stimulus of a threshold WOD, we want them to be unbroken. And if they don't end up going unbroken, at least you tried, or at least you had the ambition to go unbroken. Still, even with that requirement of trying your best, and I mean your best, to go unbroken, you should be thinking heavier on the kettlebell today. You should be thinking, if you're used to doing a 53, then doing a 70. If you're used to doing a 36, then using a 53. All of those things should be true for you today. And if you don't put it down, and if you're sprinting as hard as you possibly can on the bike, then the 2 minutes of rest you get next should feel absolutely like, okay, I needed that. That is the absolute minimum amount of rest that you could be giving me for me to feel somewhat or fully recovered going into this next round. Now, once again, this is something I said to you 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna say it to you again today. The 2 minutes of rest is meant as a, I want to say a minimum. If you can work with a partner and share a bike today, and the pace at which they are going is making it such that you can't rest exactly 2 minutes before that bike becomes available, your rest ends up being like, I don't know, 2 minutes and 15, 2:30, whatever. We do not care about that in the least, because this is each round for its own time workout where, honestly, the more recovery time you get, the better. So we're kind of saying it's a minimum of 2 minutes of rest today and go from there. And honestly, like if we could give everybody a RX, a prescribed workout for where they are physically or shape-wise at the moment, I would say some people would have a different amount of rest than others on purpose. We just don't know who and how to measure that. So we say 2 minutes minimally and go from there. And I do think that some people will be able to take advantage of sharing a bike with their buddy today. So please do that. And what I'm really trying to say, the subtext here is, we'd like as many people to ride the bike as possible rather than jumping immediately to a row. You did row already on Tuesday, some of you. Skiing is always fine. If there is a need for row today, make sure that you multiply 18 or 14 by 0.7 to get whatever number that is for your calories on the rower. Okay, Thank you, guys. My times were, I have to write them down. I mean, I wrote them down, and I can't remember. But I know that I was never more than 4. My gap between my slowest and my fastest was 4 minutes. I think my slowest was 1 minute and 38 seconds, which means my fastest was 1 minute 34. And this was exactly what the doctor ordered. This was threshold to a T. Enjoy.